All right. Crystal, I see you. No, Drea. I see you back there in the back. You on my live. Say hey. You girl, I said say hey. What you stood to the side for?
I wasn't ready. I didn't even know you was live. But hey,
I don't like that, though. All right. Hello, visionaries. It's MiShara Bianca, the Vision Midwife. And as promised, I told you today we will be going live with none other than Go Mom Nation founder Crystal Hamilton. So I am in her place for the evening. We're going to do a little chatting. Going to talk to her shortly. She's still setting up, so I'm just going to turn it so y'all can see her.
I'm here.
She's here. She's here. She's here. Come around this way, Crystal. Come around this way. Come around this way. So...
Good side, but we ain't gonna say that.
This your good girl. You know, I think this is okay. So, Crystal, say hey to the people.
Hey, people.
So, first of all, congratulations on birthing your vision. I always, you know, it takes a lot to give birth to a vision, especially something that you're pregnant with, and then you're able to say, let me go ahead and really put this thing in. Get it out there. Right. So I want you to take us from the beginning. I don't know how much time we got, and I don't know how detailed that's going to be.
Right.
But I want you to take us from the beginning. So how did we even get to this point?
Okay. So we take it all.
Yeah.
All right. So what started me doing what it is that I do for my single moms is that I went through my own personal transition. I was a part of a program called Shepherd's House. So I was attending the University of Central Florida.
You was at Shepherd's House?
Yes, I surely was.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. With my bestie right here.
Back here. Bestie in the back. Bestie in the back.
Still friends. So I was going through my transition. I was at UCF, and I was pregnant with my daughter, Ayana. And I was like, I cannot finish, school right now. I was thinking about dropping out because at the moment, my student loans were the ones I was covering my rent.
Girl, don't I know? Hold on. Let's not run past that because I want y'all to understand that this is that real single mom struggle. I tell y'all this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. I got $60,000 in student loan debt alone, but I don't have a degree. I have an associate's degree, but I got $60,000. Why is that, Crystal? Why do we have so much student debt?
It's a struggle. We ain't gonna talk about why.
Because I'm telling the truth. Because you was trying to pay your bills, so you took out loans to pay your bills,
cover all those expenses.
Right. That's very common.
And it's not like you couldn't work and do it. It's just that I wanted to be focused. My whole idea was I was gonna focus, go to school, and then I had kids, and so that was my reality. And what happened was I had so much stress going on with my kids and trying to balance everything that I sunk. My grades just went down, and guess what? My scholarship was lost, and I wasn't able to get my student loans that I thought I was going to get. So I was like, well, how am I going to finish? Well, I can't even pay for my classes for the next semester. So my mom was actually grateful enough to just cover classes. That was it. She was like, you just going to have to figure out how you're going to do the rest of the stuff. So I had called 211. So that's a service that's out there. So anyone who's in a situation, call 211 line, and they actually helped me through. But they weren't helpful enough to cover my bill.
Right.
Because some of the programs were just not that. They just weren't that great. I'm sorry, not sorry. So I actually came to a point where I was putting all my bags together. Like I was selling stuff on Craigslist, and I put stuff in bags, and I was like, okay, God, I don't know what to do. This is it. I guess I'm just gonna pack it up and go to the shelter downtown, because I don't have no other choice. But God was so faithful and so great that when I did call and ask about Shepherd's House, they said I can go ahead into the program.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah. So it was great. It just came in on time. This is just a quick and dirty story. We could talk a little bit more. Anyways, so then after that happened, I got in the transitional program. I was able to get help because they were helping me with, rent and all that good stuff and how to better save and just sustain myself. And after that, I spent 7 months, graduated college. So now y'all know I was at UCF while in the transitional program.
Let's go nice.
So I graduated while I was in there. And it just made me feel like, okay, I can do this. I did it. Everyone said I couldn't. My dad said I couldn't. People in my family was like, she got 2 kids. She ain't never, ever going to make it. Like, the first time my dad saw my daughter was at graduation.
Wow. Yeah.
So, because I just didn't want to, talk about it. I wanted to really show it, be about it instead of talking about it.
Right.
So I went ahead. I graduated. He saw his, granddaughter for the first time. I had no idea I was in a transitional housing. He still to this day doesn't know that. So when and if, I become big, everybody going to know. So, it really just made me feel as though, all the single moms that were at UCF, they left. They went back home. And I felt like I was. I am?
Yes, girl.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Where you from?
Down south.
Really?
Palm Beach County.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Right there.
No, but what I'm really saying was after getting through and overcoming what people said I wouldn't overcome, it made me feel like I have to let single moms know that you can do it. You can finish, just like UCF. You can finish.
Girl, I remember. You know, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but I just wanted single moms just to know that, and not just college, anything in their life. Whatever you start, you can finish it. It's delayed, not denied.
Right.
And I feel that a lot of single moms that I've met, granted, they were blessed enough to have, parents and go back home. I could have went back home, honestly, but I chose to fight. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a decision that I made. And I'm glad I did, because it molded me and it shaped me and it allowed me to say, you know what, I'm going to take some other single moms who are ready to fight, who don't want to give up, and just need someone to just push them, to take them to the next level. So that's pretty much what helped to birth my vision to get us to where we at.
So we want to start from the beginning, because we got to talk about single mom stuff, because I don't think people understand. So how old were you when you had your first child?
19. I was pregnant at 19.
You were pregnant at 19. So you had 2 children. You were 19. What was that like?
Oh my goodness. Devastating. Every time I woke up, I was like, am I pregnant? Am I still pregnant?
Thank you, Tasha. She said she applauds you.
Oh, thank you.
And she calling me Missy, girl. Don't nobody call me that. When you call me Missy, that means you know me from back in the day. Way back. Go back, because I don't... That's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just felt devastated. I honestly felt like, oh my gosh, like this is really happening, and I'm really going to be on this campus walking around with a big belly.
Right.
And I was walking around the campus with a big belly, and people would literally get off the sidewalk and let me have the whole sidewalk like I was big as a house.
Yeah. Well, I think what I kind of want to talk about too is how hard it is to be a single mom and still try to go after your goals. I mean, most of my viewers know my story. I had my first child when I was 17. I was pregnant at 16. And I was blessed to have some family support. But like a lot of single moms, I ended up receiving food stamps. I ended up living in the projects. It was a struggle. I've been through a divorce. It was a struggle. And so people didn't understand why I would do stuff like, go to school and take out student loans. Like, school was my part-time job, because I knew that would get me over. I was working, I ain't gonna say who I was working for, but I was working for a government agency and still was struggling. I mean, struggling to be able to make ends meet. I knew that if I had got like a 25-cent raise, they would cut off my food stamps. Over 25 cents, right? So,
write a letter.
Letters. So it's just one of those things where it's like people don't really understand the struggles we go through when they look and say, oh, you can do better, or why aren't you doing this, or why aren't you doing that? But when you're committed to trying to take care of your kids and your kids are your priority, sometimes everything else has to fall by the wayside, especially when you don't have the support of anybody else, right?
Yes. Well, that's why it's so important when I was going through my time, and even now, just growing my faith. God is just number one, because through him all things are possible.
Right.
So definitely having that faith, and through that you build a community. Where God is at, he has his people.
Right.
So through them, they can encourage you to get there. But if you are by yourself, which I truly really was, I felt as though, okay, my life is over.
Yeah.
My life is over. It's all about them now. And so then you get pushed to the side. And that's why I thought it was so important for me to step front, and other single moms who are doing it but they haven't said much. And if they're out there, I'm here. But really what it's all about is to remind yourself that your dreams still matter. I mean, I'm from the islands. My parents, like, their whole philosophy is like, oh, when you're old shoes now. And old shoes means that you're done. It's over.
Wow.
Yes, it's old shoes. Because my dad would say, I'm old shoes now, which I feel like is the worst ideology to have.
Right.
I truly believe that it's not over. It's going to take you longer because of what we have to go through. Because our kids are our priority. But that doesn't mean that you're no less of a priority because you have kids. And I think that's where the confusion comes from.
Right.
Like, yes, they are a big demand, because it really does become all about them. But you are still important. What you have to do is figure out what is it that you love, or what is it that you enjoy to do, and find out how to get closer to that spark. Meanwhile, taking care of your children.
Right.
So that, and it's a struggle, because it's like, well, my passion may to be, okay, maybe one day doing makeup or something like that, looking at how much your classes are, girl, I don't know where that's going to come from. But if you take it each day, all right, I'm not balling, but I know for my check, I can automatically put $25 aside from each check, and maybe I can't do it this year or next year, but one day I can do it, and put a date on it. Like, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's be honest.
Yeah.
One thing that single parents don't want to talk about, or people don't talk about, is the fact it's coins, right? And so we know that coins are a struggle, but this is what I've learned to do. Like with my income tax, I was grateful at that time. When income tax come through, you'll be grateful to be a single mama. I'm just going to say that. Listen, it's a struggle every time of the year, but when your income tax hit, Mm-hmm. That is a time when you rejoice. But I say that to say this. A lot of times we get excited and we splurge on stuff that we really won't be able to see later on. Mm-hmm. So a lot of my thing in combination with my student loans and in combination with my income tax returns, I did two things. The first thing was I made sure that most of the times I paid up my bills in 6 months.
Yes.
For 6 months at a time. And the second thing that was important to me was that I always take my children on vacation. Mm-hmm. So every year in March, we went on a vacation. And I'm not talking about local. If that's all you could do, that's fine. But they've been to D.C., we've been to Philly, we've been to New York, and a couple of other places, because it was important for me to be able to show them things outside of. I was living down here on Paramount in the projects. I wanted to show them something outside of that. Right? That's all right, girl. You won't be that long. That's all right. And let's be honest. Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with having to go there if that's where you have to go. Because it was crazy for me to pay $300, and I was grateful to have to pay my $380. That's what it was
back in the day.
Back in the day. Well, which was only 5 years ago. It was only 5 years ago. Yeah. I was only paying $380 a month for rent. But for me, that was a blessing, and that's what I needed. Now, what I did not do was get stuck there.
Exactly.
I did not get stuck there. And it was some of my neighbors who were stuck there. But I did not want that for my children or myself. So I understood that it was just a stepping stone. Literally, we were there till I could figure out what the next move was. My goal was to finish school. Mm-hmm. Didn't do that. But...
not denied.
Girl, I couldn't listen. I don't know if I want to go sit in about a class, to be honest. But it kept me there until it was time to move on to the next thing. And so when it was time, I did do that. Right. So it is now almost income tax season. Y'all know, because y'all looking for y'all W-2s. Be smart about what you do with it. If you said, like she was talking about doing makeup, that's the time when you invest in your kid. Mm-hmm. You have to invest in yourself. It might be that you need another class. It might be, hey TJ, hey Brina. It might be that you need another class. It might be that you need a couple of things. But single moms, this is the time to invest in yourself. And that's how you do that.
Yeah, and making yourself a priority doesn't mean that you are pushing your kids to the side. You got them locked up in the room, you gave them all the snacks, and then you can do you. That's not what we're saying here with putting yourself first. You know, it's being conscious that, yes, you are still important, because a lot of times single moms, we just say, okay, I don't even have 5 minutes of me time. A lot of women that come to my class, they tell me that this is their me time, that their kids are over there and they're in the class and they're doing things that are helping them get to their next level in life, even if it's just talking about it. I found that it was therapeutic. It was like, I don't even get a chance to do this. Like, so I was like, whoa.
TJ, this is Crystal Hamilton. She is the founder of Go Mom Nation. She does classes right here on Paramore, so we're going to talk about her classes a little bit. Yeah. TJ, who they asking for a friend? Sit down. Down.
All the way.
But, so tell us a little bit more about what you do with Go Mom Nation. Okay. First of all, how did you get that?
Oh, you know what? It was actually football time. I was working with Dr. Keita Joy. Hey, girl, you watching? But it was like Gator Nation, and I saw everybody doing that. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I want a nation of single moms that are just together, and they just banding, and we just all in one with what we want to do with our goals. We powerful, we strong. So I was like, yeah, let's get it. This is Go Mom Nation. Let's get it popping. And the GO stands for Gifted Ones, which is the nonprofit organization that I work under. MOM is me, which is Moms on a Mission. So that's what we put together. Go Mom. So
right. And so what is it that you do? So, and how often do you do it?
Twice a month at the New Image Youth Center. And when we come to class, each month is a topic. So this month we're talking about visions. And basically,
did y'all hear that? They talking about visions.
And tonight we're doing our vision boards. I didn't want to just jump into vision boards. I wanted to have a session where we talked about what is our visions. So that was the class prior. And tonight we're going to do the board. And of course, I still have some stuff to talk about. How we make sure our boards are strategic and we're not just putting a whole bunch of pictures on there.
Right.
We're logical and we're actually going to achieve what's on the boards. So during the year, we are taking things off the board and not just making your house look pretty.
Right. Because listen, that's all right. Because that's right up my alley. Y'all know that's what I do. I think that's probably why I snuck myself in here on this day.
Y'all
that was
strategic
planning.
I'm sorry.
Hey, y'all come on in.
Y'all can start not just kidding. You can't start until you get the good stuff.
But see, so how many people do you have in the class? How does that work?
Typically, it's like 4 or 5. It depends, because some women pop in, pop out, because we have kids and life happens. Some of my moms, the kids are sick. It's like, they're getting flu, all sorts of stuff. So typically, it's usually around 4 to 5. My whole goal, just so y'all know, I need 25 single moms who are committed. At the end of the year, there's going to be an amazing brunch for y'all, and to celebrate your wins all through 2018. So if you know a single mom, come on, let's get involved and commit to your goals.
Now, do the single moms have to be in the Paramore area, or is there for single moms everywhere?
Everywhere. I just, since I'm here, my whole goal is to help the single moms that do attend New Image Youth Center, because basically I'm here for them. But if, you're coming from somewhere all the way from Stanford, if you want to make the trip, come on in.
Right. Because what y'all don't know is I already see the vision. So Go Mom Nations is going to be doing some traveling. They're going to be able to come to you because they're going to be on the go. How about that? Go Mom Nations on the go. That's cute. Yeah, Go Mom Nations on the go. But so how long have you been in existence, Crystal? How long have you been doing this?
4 years, since 2014, right? Yeah. My math is good.
That's real good. Now I see food coming in the building. So do you feed the families too? Okay.
Yes, that's my brother and his lovely girlfriend.
How lovely girlfriend and brother. Look at the food.
So 2 in here and 3 in the other room over there. Oh no, you see the food table? Okay.
So not only do you get to come in and connect with other single moms and talk about the vision, you also make sure that they eat.
Yes.
Right? Because that would be an issue for a lot of parents, right? Because the first thing we say is we got to make sure we feed our kids, right? But we make sure that that you do that, right? So let's talk about your funding source.
Can I find some sponsors? Hello, somebody, anyone out there?
So what you're telling me is right now everything comes out of your pocket.
I have a little bit of source. I pretty much spent it all tonight. But I know God is able because He always provides. So if I can just put this out there.
Absolutely, come on. This you tonight.
I would truly, truly love if I could get a food sponsor for someone who can cover once a month. It doesn't have to be the same restaurant, but if you are willing and open and you have a heart for my single moms, I truly, truly would love for you to cater, whatever you can. For about 30, because sometimes I have more kids over there. Sometimes, I have 20 kids over there and only 6 moms. So just, think about it for the month of February. If you feel like you're a restaurant and you want to sponsor a day, the next classes are the 8th and the 25th, I believe. Just go ahead, let me know, send me a message, friend request.
Right. Now, I see right here, Bridget Crenshaw is said, I'm not a single mom, but I would love to donate a few t-shirts to Go Mom Nation. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing. Single moms really need to be encouraged and pushed to their destiny. Did I hear you say something? Come on through. So, Bridget, BFF in the back, girl. Everybody need a BFF that's in the back. The BFF yes, girl. Yes. That's BFF back there.
I'm trying for God. Check her out.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen. So what we're gonna do is make sure you get connected with Bridget so that you can get those t-shirts, because you did talk about t-shirts. As a matter of fact, you have something else going on too, right?
I do.
Okay.
I have shirts, and those shirts, when you purchase those shirts, when I say all of the money goes towards the classes. Okay, you got to help a sister out, share it. I will leave it at the bottom. The website, because I don't know off the top of my head, but I definitely will be sharing that.
Okay,
for sure.
All right,
support.
The goal is to share people's vision, let you know what's out here in the community, but then also continue to support, because we know if we don't continue to support and donate, then things fall by the wayside and it's no longer there, right? So she's saying these are some things that she needs. She's saying that these are some things that we can use. If you're able to help her, then help her do that. All right. So I see your moms coming in. I see the other moms are starting to come in. So I just wanted to thank you for sharing your vision with us. And of course, you guys already know that no vision is complete without a vision certificate. So I would like to award this to our visionary, Miss Crystal Hamilton, on this day, congratulating on birthing her vision. It's just like a baby, guys. You need to have a certificate for it. That makes it official. Not really, but some people need a visual. So you are officially birther of your vision. We're gonna go ahead and go. I think we might let it run just a little bit so people can kind of see what we have going. If y'all are okay with that, and just so folks can see what you do and the importance of that, you all can continue to tune in. Crystal is going to drop her information in the chat a little later because she has a class to run. So you all tune in for stay around a little bit more. We'll continue to chat. I'll chat back in, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. All right. Thank you for tuning in. And so, what are we doing today?
We're doing our vision boards, and I have a little quick icebreaker.
You know what? Can I get some of them? You know, so, single moms of Go Nation, can I talk with y'all really quick? Y'all don't mind being on Facebook. If you do, let me know because I said already.
They signed it in. You signed it. Don't you like you signed it in.
So listen, because what I wanted to do is, so I'm doing a talk show, a Facebook Live, and so Crystal is our visionary of the week. I kind of want you to just tell what this has done for you and what it's doing for you.
I like it because it's sister empowerment. You know, ladies, we get together and we just encourage one another, empower one another, and this is awesome. I love the energy. Crystal is awesome. The ladies here are awesome. And,
Okay, how many children do you have?
I have 4 on my way.
4? Well, y'all congratulations! Absolutely. What about you?
Oh, I'm a mother of 10.
How many?
10.
10. Okay. All right.
I'm not a single mom. I'm married, but
Oh, that's important to talk about. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What you were gonna say?
sometimes you still need a break. You could be in a relationship and you don't have the help and the support all the way. Sometimes things happen and issues come up.
Absolutely.
And you need some support system.
Right.
Me being here has been great. We also have a babysitter that sees about the kids.
Right.
She also feeds the kids.
Right.
So it helps a lot.
Right.
I enjoy it.
Right. So here's one of the things, Crystal, that we didn't talk about is we said single moms, but
I have 2 moms that are married. So just like she said, you know, it's all about how you may feel in a situation. Even though she has someone who's by her side committed,
Right.
you may just still feel as though you need that break.
you need that connection.
And you need that push.
Right, absolutely.
And the support that I have here, the class that I was in last 2 weeks ago, just pushed me out there.
Oh,
So,
good.
it's-
Well, welcome back. I'm glad that I heard you say you came back. So welcome back.
This is
Welcome
a
back.
second class.
Yes, very supportive.
Good. So again, we're gonna mention that she does have child care services. So again, this isn't like the single mom club night. This is it's a whole family thing. You have the moms and then you have the children. They're in another room. They're being entertained. We have somebody over there who's watching them and making sure that they're taken care of and they're being fed as well. And then Crystal, that's BFF. I'm sorry, Drea. That's Drea. That's Crystal's BFF. Drea, who has to come to the front of the camera to talk.
Hey y'all! So yes, I've been doing Crystal's classes the whole 4 years. But I can say that Crystal has helped me jump all the way out of my comfort zone. My life has done a complete 360. I've jumped out of my comfort zone and doing things now, building my business and my brand and things like that I would have never thought I would have been doing, when we first met years ago. So Crystal's program is
I want you to tell
bomb.com.
just a little bit too, because she said she met you in
the transitional housing.
So tell us your story, because people want to know.
Okay, so I was in transitional housing. I'm from Orlando, but I have moved to Wilmington, Delaware. I lived in Delaware for 9 years, and I decided to come back to Orlando. Well, I came back with no plan. I came back with a suitcase, a baby, single mom, and $200 in my pocket. And I ended up in transitional housing. And the way the transitional housing worked was you live in an apartment with another mom. Well, when I moved in, they just cleaned out the program, so I was the only mom. And then one day, I seen this car pull up in the driveway, and it was Crystal. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, who they got? I hope she ain't ratchet. I hope they don't have some crazy person staying with me. But come to find out, she was perfect. I was just scoping her out a little bit. But come to find out, she was perfect, and we got along very well. Our kids got along, and we became friends, and we've been friends ever since, best friends. And we do a lot of work together. With my business, I'm her vendor.
So here's the thing that I also wanted to let people know, that the program you all are talking about is no longer in existence.
No, and I'm bringing it back.
I am too, girl, because I'm working on that. But so one of the things that Orlando lacks is adequate housing for families in general, but especially single mom with children. The one program that they did have here in Orlando is no longer being funded. So it went under probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and that was literally the only program. So again, when we talk about the need and the vision, it's kind of hard for single moms to move forward if there aren't adequate resources for them. So that's one of the things that we need to be conscious of, is when we're saying, well, why they just want to do this and why they just want to do that. If they could, they really would do whatever it was that you're saying they should do, right? So I'm gonna go. Oh, that's pizza. Praise the Lord. Well, I had pancakes this morning, so I'm gonna turn it off. Don't worry about it. We're gonna turn it off. Go against the card count. Don't do that. But I appreciate you all tuning in again. In a few weeks, I have another visionary. Hey, Mama D, what you doing?
A little bit extra, being extra.
Hey, Mama D. There go Mama D.
Hey.
There's Mama D.
Oh, she's gonna go to the other event, the Moms and are you gonna be there at the Moms and Mimosa event? More than
Wait,
Mom.
hold on. When is that?
The 25th. She's a vendor. I put her on.
Anybody tell me about no Mom?
You know now. You know now.
Who's in
Check out Andresia Jackson. She has a More Than a Mom group, so definitely go ahead and search her in that Facebook. I'm telling you, that's another great. She's all about crushing the mommy box, because they love to put us in a box. Once you're a mom, just a mom. So just imagine being a single mom. We got an even smaller box. So yeah, definitely check her out if you're near Orlando, Florida. Well, not even Orlando, Florida, just Florida area. She's based out of Tampa.
Okay. All right, so we're going to sign off. I appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode of Envision. In 2 weeks, I'll have another visionary up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is going to be Tamiko Grant, right? So she's going to be in 2 weeks, I think the 8th. But I'll update you all and let you know. She is an author right out of Orlando. She has a thing that's exploding on Facebook where her writing is about a correctional officer and a inmate. Something going on, him and her. That's what I can tell y'all. So, girl, they are on it. They're on it. So, we're going to be talking to her on the 8th of February. So, make sure you tune in for that. Crystal, go ahead and just verbally tell folk how to get in contact with you. And then we're going to drop it in the chat here.
The best way to contact me is through Facebook. I semi-live on Facebook, so it's my government name. You can't miss it. It's Crystal Hamilton, CrystalHamilton.
We love you too, Mama D.
And then also you can contact me on via email. Moms on a Mission 365 is kind of long, but it's MOMSONAMISSION 365 at gmail.com. So that's another way. And then the t-shirts, I will be putting the link at the bottom. So
okay,
easiest way, Facebook.
And then we're going to make sure we get you connected with Miss Crenshaw so that you can have your own personal Go Mom t-shirts, right? For your Go Moms. All right, thank you for that, Bridget. We are really appreciative of that. All right, so this has been another episode of Envision. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, visionaries.